Welcome to Ready Set RC, and today we have the Axial Capra UTB18 back on the bench today, guys. And why do I have it on the bench, and why are you seeing markers on the tires? We're going to do a transformation on this truck. Small transformation, but we're going to change a couple of things. One, it's going to be the front and rear steering links that are on here now. And here's the part number for the links. I just like to run metal links on my steering and felt like it was something I should swap out. This is more of a preference for me. I'm not sure if the truck really needs it. I don't see much flex in the steering, but it's one of those things that I feel like I'm going to change on the truck. Next, I'm swapping over to the overdrive gears for the front of the truck, and that's the part number right there, guys. I just want a little bit more wheel speed going on in the front, and you'll see that once we change over to the overdrive gears, show you what the truck actually does. And then lastly, we're going over to the Furitek brushless system in this. I just want that slow control. I had showed you guys what that looks like in the previous video when we unboxed this thing, but I'm going to show you again in this video. I really want more low control on the truck, and Furitek's going to be able to get it for us. We have the Python ESC, and that's coupled with the Komodo brushless motor on the truck. And I'll show you guys how that performs afterwards. I'll give you guys a little bit of the before and after. So I got the transmitter turned all the way down to 50%. Just showing you how much I'm giving it. And you see how that's slow control on 50%. Show you guys again what that looks like. I'm really moving the throttle quite a bit, and I don't get anything yet. There we go, and that's about as slow as it's going to get, guys, with this. So that I want to change. Now I'm going to show you with it without the overdrive. Just look at the markers on the tires. Same speed front and rear. That's 50%. We're just going to juice it all the way up to 100. And that's 100% throttle. Keep in mind with this, guys, I'll try to do the video where you can see what it looks like with the brushless system versus the brush system that's in here currently now. But let's go ahead and install the new parts on this truck, so you guys can see the improvement, one with the overdrive gears and two with the brushless system. So we have all the steering links out and all of the portal gears for the front out. So we're going to see what the overdrive looks like now. I'm going to power up the vehicle. Once again, I showed you guys that prior test with the markers on the tires. Hopefully you guys can see the overdrive going on in the front. Look how fast that's spinning. And that's going to get you up and over obstacles a lot easier because the front tires will be spinning a lot faster than the rear. I have the truck on 50%. This shouldn't really show much this time around. As I said before, we're not going to see that until we put the brushless system in, but I'll let you guys see how that performs. Still a lot squeezing on the trigger to get it to go. The modulation isn't going to change, but you can see how much faster those front tires are spinning. I'll do that once again. And there we are with the modulation. Not really what I'm looking for out of this buggy, but we're going to get this thing going. Next up, we're going to put the Furitek system in here, and I'm going to bring you guys back and show you how that performs. If I run into any issues with the Furitek install, I'll show you guys, but that should be fairly straightforward. So here we are, guys, with the Capra UTB18 all buttoned up. Got the links on, front and rear. As you guys saw in the video, that went in, no issues. I have the overdrive gears in the front portals installed, and you guys saw a little demonstration of that. That was nice and neat. Install Furitek's brushless system in here. That went perfect. What I used was the pinion from the stock system. No issues whatsoever. The ESC is mounted in the same location that the old ESC was mounted to. Now, the problem that you're going to run into is that the old power switch was right here. The ESC for the Furitek system is all encased. So what I did was I put it in the on position, and I'm going to leave it in the on position. Now, the one thing you're going to run into is if you mount your ESC where I mounted mine, you'll need to run a longer lead to the battery box. And I show that here. Very simple. I just soldered up some connectors. I actually snipped the leads from the old ESC and used that with the adapters that came in the kit and made my own lead to it. And it's more than long enough. Hopefully you guys can see that. So now what the functionality I'll have with this, once I plug it in, it'll be power on. I don't mind that because then that's going to constantly remind me to unplug it when I'm no longer using it. A lot of the crawlers back in the day, when crawling first came out, that's how it was set up. There was no power switch. It was more so power on from plugging it into the battery. So we're going to do that same fashion here, power on from that. Now I want to show you guys the modulation. That's going to be the part why I really wanted to switch over to brushless. I had already showed you guys the Overdrive, but I'll show you with the brushless system in, kind of give you guys an idea of what that looks like, but hopefully you're seeing the front spinning way faster than the rear. Now, this is an outdrive motor, so it is going to be a little bit noisier in this encasement. But I want to show you guys too the modulation, how slow it is. Once again, I wanted to show you guys how slow the modulation is on this one. Hopefully you remember what it was on the first. I'll see if I can edit the video in a way that you guys can see both of them, but it's my finger pressing. Truck's already moving. I'm barely touching the throttle. Look at that. You can hear that outdrive motor moving. The car, the buggy barely moving though. Gotta love this. You're never gonna get this on the stock system. Not with that 35 turn motor. Gotta love it. I'm barely touching the throttle. That was on 100. I'm going to put it down to 50. Let's see this again. Barely giving it a squeeze. A little more. There we are. It's already starting to move. Look at that. I'm giving it a little bit more because I just want the video to go a little bit faster. I'm giving it a lot more beans now. I'm going to turn this up to 100. I don't have much space on my desk, but I'm going to turn it up to 100, let you guys see what the speed is. The drag brake I need to adjust because it is super strong. But you guys can see how fast it goes. It's super quick. Drag brake is super strong. I almost wanted to protect it from dropping off my table. But that's quick. Super quick, guys. And nothing has changed from a receiver and transmitter. You see I'm using the same transmitter. The receiver is the same one that was installed on the buggy. making these mods, this is what you're getting now. Mirrored. The one thing I will say, guys, and I think that's just because this is a dual servo setup that's in this truck, you may want to install a BEC on this, because I do see that it does take a little bit of a load on this power system from Furitek. So a BEC would kind of control that amount of voltage that's required for these servos in here. Other than that, I truly love this build, and I would definitely recommend it. Anybody that's looking for more modulation for their UTB18, this is going to be the way to go, is to put a brushless system in there. You may not want to use what I'm using today. You may have your own solution out there, but I would say that putting a brushless system in there, you're going to get a lot more modulation, slow control than you would get with the stock system. But what's up next for the UTB18? We're going to get this thing out on the rocks. We're going to see how it performs. I'm still curious on the foams in here and how this is going to perform on the rocks. Are they going to give? You know, I gave it some time to settle, and I think they settle pretty well, but I want to see what it's like out in the wild. But we're going to leave it here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for the latest posts to the channel. This is Ready Set RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.